Hello there, I'm Kate in the Nest and welcome back to my Garden Through the Window quilt. I am I'm just enjoying a weekend actually. The sun is out after a dismal, gloomy start to the day, and it was lovely to snuggle in bed up for a little bit longer. But now I'm up, and as I said, the sun is shining, so I thought I'd update you where I am up to on my quilt. I think I've only shared block 1 and 2. I've got block 1 over there. This is block 2. This is block 3. So I've got both corners and the upper side done. Lots and lots of work to be done in the garden, which is what I love, love, love. And then because Kate is impatient and I kept thinking, what am I going to do in the middle? I've added panel, what will I call this? 4, 5, 6. Am I counting backwards? It doesn't matter. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. This is 4 over here, and this is 5, which will be the center of 9 blocks here. So I don't know what I've got underneath. I actually started making another video and I wasn't in the mood. So I thought go with your first thought. Now I have to say something here, which is a bit of a worry, but I'm sure I can work it out. This blanket, very old, told you over and over about that, but it does have some grunkles. And that's because it must have been washed or something in a way. So it's not super flat. I mean, that's the join. But anyway, it will be what it will be. Now, this side ended up being less bright, so I felt it really important to grow the colour down, and I've made a very quick decision, but one that I'm very happy with, about appliquing this heart that has been in process for a long time. I'll just put this up and see if you can see that. Yeah. It was a separate work, and I was collaging it, and then suddenly I thought, why not have a heart in the garden as well as the birds and the story? And this will be lovely to what's that word? Thread paint and adorn, which is my word of, I don't even want to say the week. I actually never want to forget the word adorn. So if you haven't don't know what I'm talking about, that's, why is that needle? Yeah, I've got a wrong needle. Sometimes I get excited at a sale and I buy tapestry ones. And they look the same except the chenille have this sharp end. I've totally forgotten what I was saying. I'm sure it wasn't anything, because, you know, these videos are just me having a little chat along with you. Yeah, sorry about that. Gone totally blank in my panic about, will I have a needle that can get through this fabric? That's much easier. There we go. I think I am overly excited because I even played the piano before I came down to the studio. And it's been a while since I've done that. So to have both creative outlets going on the one day is worth celebrating. I've been really enjoying watching Karen from Railway Cottage Studios. I love her work, and it's so inspiring to see the way she approaches her quilt making. And like, sort of in a similar way, her mum is an amazing quilter as well. So what a lovely another story of that family. Doing things together and it rubbing off the love of making. And often it comes out in different forms. Now, I'm just stitching around this. Some of them are going through the blanket and some aren't, but just following where... Oh, was I talking about adorn? That's right. I don't want to be limited. I will calm down. I was thinking that Karen's got a very special camera set up now and she can show you all of this. Whereas I am not there yet. So this is messy. I don't know whether that piece of fabric will stay there. I've just seen this bit as well. I've got the bluey purple up there, so it may be... I won't use all of that on the one piece. Oh gosh, look at the size of these scissors. That's because the project I was doing just before this needed it. Hint, hint. So it certainly wasn't embroidery. So I can already see what is going to happen is that I will need to put block number 3 on so I can start, or block 4, 5, 6 on so I can start to lead over there. But I have a feel at the moment that before I put this heart down, I've got this, sorry, I went off, the strong vintage colours as a possibility there. Oops. If I can unbury my pins. Okay, now this is the join that inspired me to join on, because I had these laying over, so I've just whip stitched it. I think that's what it's called there. And then I've got this little cluster that I showed you another time that has been harvested. And what have I got that I could grow onto there? Remember, we're going to have birds. I don't know where the bird will come swooping down. But yeah, imagine. Oh, I'm so excited. So I've been collecting all sorts of birds. So I want to put a bird on now, and I'm going to try and be disciplined and say stop. Okay, I was bringing that over because I've got some little morsels here. I went out just the other day, and that was at the op shop. I didn't even open it. I just grabbed it, and look, it's the Sydney Harbour Bridge. That will go for another project. Okay, these are my flowers, so I have to have one of those somewhere on this middle piece. Not up to the blues yet. That came from Beck's needlebook class. So do you do this? I go just, oh yes, look at that one. That sort of deserves a central place. Here's one of the little bluebirds. Got some tapestry. And that's a beautiful camellia, etc. Okay, let's see if any of those, you know, I'm actually thinking now that one is too blue yet. So I'm going to replace that with this one. I'll see if I can unbury some glass, some scissors that match. So let's round off these corners. So I'm just down here. I'm thinking of that. I'll leave the bluebird out for the moment. I think I will have the basket in the center toward that side because that is introducing the blue. And that can come up and join to the heart. I don't think it matters, it still looks like a heart shape, except I had that vintage. Beautiful. Just get lost for words when I'm gardening because I can't do it outside at the moment, so too much pink. So for the moment I'm bringing the basket down here. The basket up, yeah, basket down here. And I'll just pin that in shape. It's very square at the moment. I always like to have a bit of tapestry, but I can't see the overall shape enough yet. did like wherever I had that joining before, and now I can't remember. Might leave this for the moment and just see if I can bridge this gap. No, that needs to be further down. Yep. Actually, maybe. So you're seeing a lot of white, and you are right. So I'm going to take that little leaf off, trim round a bit more here. I do like those little tiny red spots. Too bright. Too bright and white. Let's go with that. Again, I pin a lot and just think about it. I tell you, all these collage pieces are actually, you won't believe it, zipping through my pins even though I bought more. This one. Yep. Okay. Let's just leave the placement for the moment and do some stitching. Here's one needle and some lovely bright cherry yellow. Yeah, that is better. And where can I put some colour? Up here. So you can see the brightness hasn't come yet to this part. Oh. So I'm going to connect that flower there to this completely different piece of embroidery. Do you know, I've got that tapestry one out again. Oh, goodness. I didn't put it far enough away from me. And here my husband's just come home. He's had a big day. Like completely the opposite. He went out and played in a golf competition, a golf match, and then went to play in a bridge competition. So talk about that on your day off. And Kate, I did do the groceries, so, and the washing. But see, doing something like this does not feel in any way like anything but joy and holiday-ish. I'm sure you know what I mean by that. Okay, I'm going to leave that like that. Because this needle is not nice. It's beautiful, but I'll put it on the other side. Oh. The good thing I do notice about the season, so is, well, I notice a lot of good, but I just thought I'd share that it's staying lighter longer. So if the sun's out, I can keep stitching without all the lights on all the time. So in this section up here, you can see it's still pretty unadorned, and in fact, as I say that, I've been sort of looking for some moments, and that might go there. Because this piece, this block, whatever, I call them pieces, yep. So those colours are tying in there. That's the heart. And then I just saw that little tiny single flower. Something like this. Again, it's not all that bright. So I'm looking to brighten that part of the garden up. No, isn't it funny? Sometimes I just get on a total roll, and then some days are just for taking the time and working through. I'd like to brighten, that was yellow. That's an old bit of embroidery. If I put something cheery in the needle. Let's see if we can do something here, which again is no, not right. I've got colour in here that I could add there. I feel like no, it's not there. It's in here. And we're going to have a look at. I like that this material, I think has been in every one of my quilts so far. Certainly was in the Betty because I got it with Mum. But this stitching I did ages ago. So I'm going to do smaller ones now. See, now that I've started stitching, I just feel it slowing me down, which is a blessing for you because I'll stop chattering and raving on as much. So I'll just invent that the flower and the leaf go over each other like that. Then I come back here. Now I was just thinking, if you may not know this or you may, but I was looking at those wools. They're all Fleur Woods's 4-ply wool that she dyes herself, and she has them in her shop tomorrow, Sunday New Zealand time. Now you mightn't see this in time, but if you happen to watch it tonight, or who knows about that international clock, but they sell out very quickly. But she has said it's the most that she's ever stocked, so I'll be on having a look. So I've just gone round that flower that I don't call any particular sort of flower. It's just something in the garden. I love that tapestry needlepoint rose. And now I wonder, with the centre there, could I you can see I'm going through my wools at a fast pace, so many pieces on the go, and bigger pieces in terms of thread painting. That's so this is variegated goldy mustardy colour. I'm going to go in the centre here. These won't be the only coloured French knots, so I'm going to put them sort of fast and furious in odd positions. Sorry about the awkwardness. Oh, see, that happens to me. Going too fast. I'm doing 3 winds. And then I lost count, that might have been 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of it? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well that's enough. So let's now use this thread along the sides. Different colour, different stitch, but by the time I'm finished with this flower, it will sort of, I can't say it will match, but it will have little bits of lots of things. Okay, my friends, I think I'm going to call my gardening session over for now. So just a little walk before we finish. Top right hand corner, block 1 into block piece 2, which is now joining piece 5, which will be the center block, and carrying over to the other side. So at the moment, a lot of work to do on this piece, but I've explained why I've left that for a moment. I will put this next one on, and I suppose the biggest decision has been to start working on this left side of the center with this heart and this beautiful camellia, which I'm going to thread paint. There'll be more flowers around. So there we go. Until next time, I like scrunching this because try and get you a little bit of all the bits of colours of the garden as we go about the rest of our weekend. So for now, I'm staying in my nest, but it's time for you to go. But I'll be back. See you next time. Thank you.